If you're ready to harness the power of your communications data, blast off with Nylas today.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coding with Nylas, the live stream where we talk about programming, APIs, and more. You may notice that today Ram is not with me. That's because Ram is at API Days in London, which happens September 13 and September 14. You can go there, apidays.global/London. Nylas is there, Ram is there. So it's just me for today. Uh, so today's episode 98. So we're getting pretty close to the 100th episode, which is going to be amazing. And today we're going to talk about testing Mojo locally. So finally, we're able to test Mojo programming language in our own machines, which is quite amazing. So before we move on, let me remind you to like and subscribe. Like our videos, like our channel, subscribe, click on the little bell to get notified every time we get new videos. And most important, subscribe and like our videos and our page. Also, don't forget that we have our hackathon going on. So go to nylas.thepost.com so you can join the hackathon. And also remember you still have time because our deadline is October 2nd, 2023 at 6 p.m. EDT. So remember, once you sign in on the post, you create your account for a hackathon, you're going to receive an email with a lot of goodies. And one of those is going to be a link so you can go to Nylas and create your free account, which allows to connect up to 10 connected accounts, which is great. And we have a comment from Tristan B. Ooh, oh, hello. Thanks for your comment. I hope you like the episode. Let's see how it goes. So let's jump into it. Let me share my screen. Let's go. So I get an email saying, hey, Mojo is available now. So I was like, okay, I'm going to set it up on my Mac, but I have Apple Silicon. So what they said is here. So native support is coming. So what we need to do is we need to go to their GitHub code samples. We need to make a fork. Then we need to install Visual Studio Code, the Mojo extension, and also the GitHub Code Spaces extension. Once we are there, we need to create a new code space that we can just call Mojo or something. And we need to choose the instance and how many gigabytes of RAM do we want. We go to the terminal, we install the modular CLI, which is going to enable us to run or compile Mojo code. And obviously, we need to install the Mojo SDK. And we can start with a hello world. We're not going to start with a hello world for sure. We're going to go a little bit deeper. So remember that before we used to use Jupyter notebooks. So this was one of our examples, the Fibonacci one, where you pass, for example, 10, and it's going to give you 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. So here we needed to import the string from string. Here we create a function, and then we call it. So now that we have kind of like local support, is a little bit different. So I just wanted to make this small comparison. So let's go to our Visual Studio Code. I have my Mojo space here, and I have the same source code, but you're gonna see that we're not actually importing anything. So actually this from string import, the string is going away. We just call our function like we used to do before. Here, the important thing is that now we need to have a main function. If we don't do that, it's simply not going to work. Here in Jupyter, we didn't need that. Here, like in real Mojo, we need to use that. These are comments that I can just strip off. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the Mojo compiler, and I'm going to call my script, which I call Fibonacci.mojo. So I'm going to execute this, and obviously it's going to give us the same result. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, etc. until 55. So that haven't changed much. I mean, obviously, uh, using Jupyter and now using our own SDK is going to change things a little bit. No, not that much. So let's go to the second example, which is the LED numbers. So this one, you're going to see kind of like a big difference. So this one is actually Python. So this one is Mojo. So on Jupyter, we needed to do like from Python interface import Python, for Python object import Python object, from a string export string, from a string import ATOL, which is to change, I think it's a numbered string. So a lot of imports, right? So now that changes. We only need to do from Python that Python import Python, which sounds kind of funny. So we're importing from Python, but it's only kind of like just one import, which makes things way easier. Here you're gonna see that on our main we have arrays, and that's because the compiler warned me that some values could be empty. So it's better just to have that in case there's something go wrong, and the compiler can say like, "Hey, please check this, otherwise your application can crash." Uh, the rest should be fairly the same. I don't think anything changed here. Besides the fact that importing from Python just grabs everything that we need. So let's clear this up. And we're gonna say here, and I hope you can see it. Let me try to get rid of this. So this one is probably a little bit bigger. Okay. So it's the same, right? So we're gonna say LED numbers, and this one is gonna print the year that I was born, which is 1977. And there we go. So you can see it's pretty fast, obviously. And it's just gonna print 1977, just like the one we used to use on Jupyter networks, notebooks. I don't know what I said, networks. Anyway, so the next one, and I haven't actually played that much with this. I'm pretty much concentrated in our hackathon, so I didn't invest much here. So here is kind of like the funny thing, and you can see that I copied it here from the Jupyter notebook. So here we were importing all those things like from vector, random, string, etc. Now we don't need that much. We can actually get rid of this. We just need from time import now and from random import random. I think it's sign in 64. Then we need our main, and we do things like we done in the past. And remember that here we have a slight problem because we actually couldn't get to append the value to our array like we can do in Python, for example. So here in Python, we could do this because obviously that's going to put more pressure on the compiler and the speed of execution is going to be different. We still can't do that. I actually tried again, but it's not working. I don't know why. So here, what I was trying to do is just try to declare kind of like a pointer. So grab the data of the full name variable and convert it into a string literal, so I can put it, like convert it in like string reference and then put it in our array. That doesn't work. Let me show you. And the problem is, yes, so fail to parse the provide Mojo because cannot construct string literal from string. Supposedly, if you go to Mojo Dojo, they say that it's possible to do this using some underscore functions. I haven't been able, so I just need to quietly comment this and try to run it again and see how fast it actually is. Which, of course, it's not going to be that nice because we're not putting anything into any array, so it's obviously it's going to be way faster. But anyway, let's see. And then what's going on here? So, okay, supposedly I commented this, and they probably don't. Well, okay, that's a different kind of comment, probably. Okay, just let's get rid of this, just in case. Even working? So clear. Random names Mojo. Oh, okay. So that's a nice thing about Mojo. This is just a warning. So saying that full names was declared as a variable, but it has been never mutated. So it actually makes sense to use a let, because that makes it like immutable or a constant. So let's try to find that out. That is here. And actually, we can see that the execution time was pretty fast. So it was 0.015, so like 15 milliseconds. So let's try again. Not gonna make a much difference, but at least we don't want the warning, right? So this is our execution time, pretty fast. The nice thing about this is that we can actually grab our Python source code, which is this one, and I'm pretty sure we can just execute it here. So let me create a new file here, and we're gonna call it random names.py. I'm gonna put it on the same space as Mojo. Already exist. Okay, so I probably created. So let me just put like number 2. Okay, number 2, just in case. And let me delete. Okay, that's fine. Let me do this. Okay, so it's fine. Here, what's appending? I'm not gonna paint anything. So I'm just gonna say like Python 3 random names 2 that py. And what is not printing anything? Okay, probably that's because I'm on the terminal space, the Mojo space. That's why it's not executing any Python. But anyway, you can see it here, at least on Jupyter, it took way longer. So we know that if we actually put it like inside an array, it's gonna take even longer. But which is nice is that we can actually test it locally. We don't need to go to any playground or anything. We just can have it on our local machine and we just can run it out. Let me see. Let me stop sharing. No more comments. All right. So let me remind you that we have live streams every Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Also, don't forget to look for us on all social media. We're at Nylas. We're try to be everywhere. So look for us. So one last thing that I probably want to show you is the email that I got from Modular, which are the guys that build Mojo. So this is the email that I got 6 days ago. Like, yeah, Mojo is available today. Mojo is available for local download. So it's finally here. And I can say it's pretty cool. I really like it. I mean, it's like having a strict Python, which is always nice. Uh, so it's cool. Go ahead. If you have signed up for Mojo, just go ahead, download it locally. And if you can actually make the conversion from like the string reference, the string to whatever it is, let me know because I'm struggling to do that. Hopefully one day. And they actually said that we're going to implement that. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm trying to follow Mojo Dojo every time. And we have 2 comments. Cool. So it's a long one. So for Tristan, again, so performance. Mojo is designed to be much faster than Python. That's right. This is because Mojo is a compiled language. Yep. Well, Python is an interpreted language. Yeah, that's true. Compiled languages are converted in machine code before they're executed, which makes them much faster than interpreted languages. That's right. Static typing. Mojo is a static type language, by Python is dynamic type language. Yes. Static typing means that the type of variable and expression must be declared before they use, and this can help. Yep. Thank you so much. Really appreciated comments. And yet, everything is true. I mean, they're different programming languages. They share some kind of like the format, some like the keyword that they are not the same. They're not the same language. And yes, you cannot compare something that is interpreted with something that is compiled. because that's kind of like unfair. But still, I mean, everyone is comparing Mojo to Python, so just wanted to do it. And thanks for the awesome insight. I mean, thank you for your comments. We really love comments. It's the first time we have so many comments. So thank you so much, Tristan. That's amazing. If you ever want to be a guest on the show, just let me know. Send me a message, an email, whatever, and we can talk. It would be awesome to have you here. I already have what's coming on Wednesday. I just need to type it out just real quick. I have done this like, I don't know, 4 times probably, but there's always one more. So there's another web framework from Python that allows you to create web pages without using anything more than Python, which is always amazing. I haven't explored it much yet, so I'm gonna give more details on Friday. But what is coming is how to send an email using TypePy, and I hope I pronounced it right. It's like nice GUI, like okay, my brain is not working right today because I changed the name. They will call it. Let me see. So yeah, so it's kind of like the same. TypePy is the same as like GUI, Reflex, Solara, PyWebIO. So it's kind of the same. It just allows you to create a website without using any CSS or HTML or JavaScript or anything like that, which is nice because that's not my forte really. Web development is not my thing. So using Python like to do that is just amazing. And you're gonna see the TypePy is way different from the others. It's pretty cool. So before I jump off, remember to go to sign up for the hackathon. Nylas.thepost.com, create your account, and then create your Nylas account. Remember, you need to use your Nylas account and any AI tool to create something. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to be qualified for the hackathon. And it can be any AI tool. It doesn't need to be ChatGPT. It doesn't need to be anything from Hugging Face. It's all your imagination. You can use Midjourney or Whisper AI. I don't know, whatever you like. So I hope you liked this episode. Again, thank you so much, Tristan, for all your comments. That's really appreciated. And see you next Friday or this Friday. Bye, everyone. Take care.